Thank you for your time. I really appreciate you talking to us. How's life at the moment?
Life is pretty good. It's a little bizarre just finally being able to release a song and kind of doing everything that comes with that, doing the promo and the marketing and keeping up with the videos, and it's all been a wild ride.
Well, I mean, that's a great way to lead into the question. I mean, the single's been out a couple of weeks now, 22.5 million streams. I mean, it must be beyond your wildest dreams, that.
Yeah, it's been, I think tomorrow it'll hit just 40 million streams on Spotify, and it's like absolutely nuts. It just doesn't even feel real.
Yeah, I mean, there's over 1 million of those have come from the UK. I mean, from somebody from Washington that's never been to the UK. How does that even feel? I mean, how do you comprehend that sort of interest?
Honestly, like, it just seems crazy to me that people from places I've never even been before are hearing my music. And I mean, it's great. Like, it gives me an opportunity to come visit, but like, I guess I just didn't even think about that. Like, when I released the song, it just kind of seemed like, I don't know, I've just been stuck in my little world my whole life. And now it's like, this song isn't just something that I share with my friends or my family or just some people that I sort of know of. It's like literally the whole entire world.
Yeah. I mean, on that note, you've been singing for, well, barely 3 years now, and you reading your story, you kind of fell into it. Did you have any goals or ambitions at the start?
I started developing goals more recently, but like going into it, like I really didn't even still consider singing as a career until about 7 months ago.
Right.
So just in that kind of span of time, that's kind of when most of the hopes and dreams have been coming in. But it's been amazing.
Okay. Well, I mean, what was the light bulb moment where you thought that, this is actually something real?
Honestly, it was kind of right in the middle of, or I guess right in the end of American Idol when I decided to quit.
Yeah.
That's kind of when I realized, because this is something I want to do the rest of my life, I think I want to know, like, a little more about myself before I share my music with the world, and that's why I quit.
Right. I mean, that leads me into my next question. I mean, you obviously had somebody like Lionel Richie telling you you're a natural talent. I mean, that must have been mind-blowing for somebody at that level, somebody so iconic.
It was crazy, and just hearing it from them, like, honestly, that's what put the pressure on me to quit or not. But like, in the end, it's really the artist's decision how and when and where and how all that works with his own path.
Right. I mean, do you have any regrets? I mean, obviously things have worked out well for you, but do you have any regrets about walking away?
I do not.
Yeah.
I think it was the best choice for me, and things are going really well right now. So not in any way, shape, or form do I regret it.
I mean, what did you learn from that experience of doing the show?
I learned a lot, honestly, because that was kind of my first experience with like singing in front of anyone, really.
Yeah.
But I think the biggest thing that I learned was that music is such a personal thing.
Yeah.
Everyone on that show, just like all the contestants have such a unique and personal personality, and like a way that they express their music. And finding that as a musician is the most important thing before you share your music with anyone, is to know what you want to be and how you want to do that. And so that's kind of what I had to figure out.
Right. Okay. I mean, on the note of it being personal, the single's a very personal single. It's got a very personal theme to it. I mean, what prompted you to write about that situation?
Part of Ghost Town is about my best friend's relationship. So when I wrote the song about 6 months ago, I at that time had not ever been in an actual relationship, so I didn't really have any personal experience to draw from.
Yeah.
So my best friend was in a toxic relationship, and I was kind of his therapist.
Right. Okay.
He would talk to me all the time about just kind of about his relationship when he needed help, which seemed to be quite often. And so it was like 50% that, and the other half was, I was moving away from my family and friends, and pursuing something I had never even thought I would be doing.
Yeah.
And so it's kind of a mature love song for me, of like knowing that it's best to leave someone. Okay. And for me, it was like knowing it was best to leave my childhood behind in my life that I knew.
Okay. I mean, what are you most excited about moving forward, given that obviously think it's been a great move for you?
Yeah, moving forward, I'm most excited about performing, because now that I have a song out, I can't wait till I have enough songs out that I can go and start touring. That's like the biggest goal.
Right. In terms of new music, then, what are your plans, and will you be writing from a similarly kind of personal angle?
Yeah. I've been writing a lot recently, and I want everything to be very authentic to who I am.
Yeah.
I never want to put anything out to the world that isn't my personality. I never want to seem like I'm trying to be someone else.
Right.
And so for every song that I ever release, I'll always want it to be either like something that's happening in my life or something that I can personally relate to.
Okay. As a teenager, kind of growing up in the public eye, how do you feel about that?
It is sometimes a little nerve-wracking sharing a personal part of you with the world, but it's also a huge opportunity to let people understand who you are and connect with you.
Yeah.
And so for me, I love it. I love when people can listen to a song and they relate to it just as much as I do.
Yeah.
And they may take it in a different way, but yeah, at times it is scary, because it would be like keeping a journal and letting people read a page of your journal.
Absolutely.
So yeah.
Okay. I mean, you're working with Dan Reynolds, obviously from Imagine Dragons. I mean, what's the best piece of advice he's given you, and what have you learned from working with him?
Dan is such a wonderful man. He loves to. I don't know how to start this. He makes sure that I do what's best for me, and not what I want other people to have, and not what I want everyone else to be happy with. What I can be happy with. And so, whenever he teaches me something, or is writing with me, or is just talking with me, he always pushes me to be my best, instead of what everyone thinks is my best.
Right. Okay.
And that's like the biggest thing he taught me.
Okay. In terms of new music, then, what can we expect from you? Have you got anything in the pipeline?
I can't 100% guarantee anything, because I'm still kind of figuring out what I'm going to do.
Right.
But the one thing that I can say very strongly and 100% is Ghost Town is definitely not my best song.
Right. Okay.
So I have much more to come, and it will hopefully blow mine.
Brilliant. We finish off on a kind of light-hearted note. On the subject of ghosts and your friends, if you could go back to one of your friends' house and haunt them, what would you do to scare them, and which friend would you pick?
That is a really good question. Let me think. Probably my buddy Brandon. As good of a dude he is, he gets scared so easily.
Right.
Well, honestly, I'm trying to think of what I would do to scare him. I feel like I could do a lot, but probably he goes on hikes a lot. He's a huge outdoors guy.
Right.
So honestly, I'd probably catch him while he's like on a later night hike.
Yeah.
And just scare the piss out of him in the woods.
Yep. Brilliant.
That's probably what I do.
Brilliant. Okay, just to finish then, it's been a strange year for everybody. It's obviously ended on a fantastic note for you. On a personal and musical level, how would you sum up 2021?
It has been like the birth of the musical Benson Boone. That's really like for me, all my musical development has happened this year. Like pretty much everything that you see of me musically right now has developed in the past year.
Right.
So literally, like, this is the first stage of my musical journey.
Just to wrap up then, what can we expect from you in 2022?
Hopefully an album. That's really all I'm hoping for.
Okay, that's pretty much it covered. Thank you for your time. Have a great trip to Amsterdam, and hopefully we'll catch up when you're back in the UK.
All right, sounds good. Great to meet you.
Yeah, you too. Take care.
All right, you too.
Okay, bye.